Hi, Miss Dory's class. Today we're going to do another science experiment together, and it's called Will It Float? So what we're going to need today are some things from around the house. You can pick whatever items you want, but I'm going to use these items. So I am going to use a fork, a sponge, an apple, and a Jolly Rancher candy. So before you pick your items, you want to ask an adult to make sure that it's okay to use those items. And so what we're going to need is we're going to need those items, and then we're going to need a bowl of water like this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to see which items will float and which ones will sink. So floating means that it's going to float on top of the water and stay up here, and sinking means it's going to go down inside the water. So let's start with the Jolly Rancher candy. Do you think that this is going to sink or float? Let's see. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see better. Let's see what happens. I'm going to put it in the water. It sunk. So Jolly Rancher candies sink. Do you guys know why that is? Why do you think that it sinks instead of floats? I don't know. You'll have to maybe talk with your parents about that. Okay. Then the next thing is this apple. I'm going to use this apple and see. Do you think it's going to sink or float? Let's see. I'll bring it a bit closer again. Let's see what's going to happen. It looks like it floats. The apple floats on top of the water. That's pretty cool. Okay, now let's try with the fork. Do you think the fork is going to sink or do you think it's going to float? Let's see. Oh, it doesn't even fit all the way in. So this part is above the water, but the rest goes underneath. So that means that it sinks. Because if it floated, then it would go like this. But it sinks because it's heavy. Now let's try with our last item, our sponge. Do you think it's going to sink or float? Let's see. It floats. That's because it has little holes inside of it that have air. And so it's like when you wear a life jacket. Your life jacket helps you to float on top of the water. And so when there's air inside of something, it's going to help it float on top of the water. Well, that was a fun experiment, and I hope you guys have fun with it too. And I hope you can find some things from around your house that you can use to see if it sinks or floats. And I hope you have a great day.